good thing, ebooks, in terms of it being an innovative way, or is it sort of stalling regular print?
Well, no, it is definitely an important avenue. For instance, if you have a book that is current, let's say you came up with some new idea and you published your book. Normally, you might have to wait for the next edition of that book. Who knows when that might be? With the ebook market, you could update the book on the fly, have access to the pertinent information in terms of the research material available to the reader. So a lot of that is what has been driving that type of market. Ability to innovate, ability to update, ability to have timely information available. So that's one of the advantages you have with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, you deal with print books, physical books. So is it hampering your aspect of the business?
Well, it hampering in the sense that change over to people just wanting the ebook has not taken place. Some people think it wouldn't take place. If you look at it from the perspective of, let's say, like vinyl records, years ago, the CD killed vinyl, and then vinyl is making a comeback. Mm-hmm. So my belief is that people always want the physical book. Yeah, I know people who have electronic books, have the equipment, the e-readers, and they still buy regular books, especially like for the kids. You give your kids a book, they could get it wet, fall in the bathtub or whatever. So they will always be a market in my mind for that, the traditional books. How big a market it will be and how much of it will be shared with the ebook market in years to come is anybody's guess. One of the main setbacks you have a lot of times is when books become unavailable. Like you'll have publishers that would come with a book. The book would be, let's say it's a hot book, and the store's ordering it. You order it on Monday. It doesn't come on Tuesday. It doesn't come on Wednesday. It's out for a month. It's out for 2 months, and you can't get the book. Everybody's calling about it. That's one of the biggest setbacks you have in the business. Unable to get the books that are hot to put them out there.
Or are you unable to get them because they're out of stock and the publisher hasn't?
Many times they're out of stock at the publisher. The traditional, what they call the mainstream press, has a tendency to, if a book goes out, it comes back in very quickly. But a lot of the independent publishers have a problem getting it back in a short time frame, and that's where you really run into problems. Mm-hmm. You have a book that is hot and you can't get it to the stores. So the stores are calling you can't get it. Because one of the things, the advantage of distributors is able to be a one-stop shop. So when the stores call you, they might buy 20, 30, 40 copies of several different books. So you want to be where they could come and get all the different books. And sometimes they come and they want a particular book, or they have the author coming in and the book is unavailable for whatever reason. And those are the things, those are the main things that bother you in the business. Well, one of the things I would like to see happen is that people should pay more attention to being educated into what the marketing channels are, what the copyright, a lot more in terms of being dedicated to learning. I see a lot of authors coming who are not willing to learn. They know everything, so anything you could tell them is really not important, and that's not good. It's no point repeating the mistakes that a lot of the other critters on the market would have made. You could come in with a fresh slate based on all that information, and then you know how to channel your material out there, and that is what I see a lot of authors unwilling to do. They just want to do a book. They might hear something, they put a good name on the book, and they go out there and they say, aha, this is it, and you say to them, well, what about if you do this and that? They say, nah, this is it. This is how I write it. They don't want to do the rewriting. They don't want to do the editing. And that's where you end up with that type of problem. All these things have to be considered when you sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to give it a name, work on a cover, and get it out there. Some people come to you with a book and they say, the cover is not too good. They say, you know what, I want to sell out these and then I'm going to make a good cover. Well, you should have done that first and make a good cover one time, not after you sell a few, then to make a good cover to do a proper layout after you sell out the first batch. When these things are done correctly, you don't have this headache down the road, you know.
Yeah.
You go straight in the store and the store says, I can take this, you can stand on the shelf, because the thing with books are, books don't substitute easily for each other. If you go in a store for some bandages and they don't have the bandages you want, you might say, okay, you'll take the other bandages. But if you go in the store for a book on how to win big or how to eat right, you don't want a book on how to run around the road. You want that specific book. So an author has an opportunity to say, aha, this is what I want. If my book comes out, it has as much play as any other book out there, because it is what people want to hear about. This is the book you need. And you use that to your advantage by getting that information out in the format it should be in, and well written. When somebody reads the book, it should be just as if they listen to a piece of music that's well produced. You shouldn't have the scratches in the background. You shouldn't have the person listening for the horns and saying, you should have some horns in that. You want your book to be so complete that when the person reads it, it's a good read, the characters are well developed, and as they get into the end, they want to put the big book down because they can't believe it's finishing. Your book must be that type of book, and that is what we have to aim for.
Okay.
I want to thank Maxwell Taylor of the JMC Trading Corporation for the interview. He gave a lot of great information that if you are an author, if you are a publisher, you definitely want to pay attention to the things that he said, because you definitely want your books flying off the shelves. You definitely want your books getting to as many people as possible via distribution, and that's what he gave you, the information that you need to do that. Well, that's pretty much all the episode that we have right now. I want to thank everyone for watching this episode, and definitely watch all the previous episodes too, because there's a lot of great information on there as well. You can go to my website personally, www.brokenenglishpublications.com. You can email me at Sean at Broken English Publications, and you can find me via Google, you can look me up on Facebook, you can do the Twitter thing. I'm all over the place. So thank you all for watching. There's more episodes coming. There's a lot of great authors I interviewed already. We're showing some pretty big things that's going to be happening pretty soon. So definitely pay attention to the show. Anyway, Broken English Publications, Broken TV, Strawberry Road, the TV show. I'm your host, Sean Higgs. I'm out. See you soon.